Hey, yo, welcome back to Love and Culture CoupleCast. I'm G Holy.
Yasin Toure.
Yeah, we back for another week, man. Before we get into anything, I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in last week, gave feedback and showed love, and I just want to say I appreciate that, right?
Yeah, most definitely. We love you guys.
All right, so jumping right into it because we got a lot of topics, man. Having friends of the opposite sex while in a relationship, cool or nah?
I'm gonna go with nah. I just feel like it's tricky because, it's somebody of the opposite sex and it just can really go quickly to a place where you didn't expect it to go to, especially if you're in a relationship. Like, it's cool if you're single because, look, that's how you and I got together. We started off as friends. Um, Obviously of opposite sex, right? And then boom, we ain't friends no more. So, that's how it go. We wasn't even friends for a very long time. We was friends for maybe what, 2 months?
A
And
couple
then,
couple weeks.
oh, you're right, a couple weeks. And then boom.
Yeah.
You understand? And then months later, year later, 2 year later, and so that's just I'm not for it. I'm gonna say no. Um, yeah.
Yeah, me personally, I just don't really give a fuck, honestly. Like, I don't look at people like that. Like, I look at people different. I don't look at people like, if you got a vibe with a person, you got a vibe with a person, whether they're a male or a female. Like, a female with a male, it's like, pause, but it's a vibe thing for me. It's, do this person want you? Are they interested in you? Even if they interested in you, do you really want them like that? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how to keep that distance between y'all where it don't really get weird and shit like that? There's a lot of factors that go into it. How did y'all meet? Do y'all know each other from high school? Did y'all already date? There's a lot of factors that go into that. So I'm gonna just say it's a case by case basis, but in general, I just don't give a fuck. Like, I be knowing though with certain situations that that guy really want to fuck with you, and y'all just not fucking with each other. Like, it's just not the right time. But I know if I slide out the picture, he gonna try slide in like a slideshow. So
Yeah, because most people, they try to play the friend role, like, oh, I'm just your friend, yeah, and because you tell them like you have somebody, and they're always there when you call and they answer and they want to hear all your problems. But as soon as the person you're with is not there, they're definitely sliding in. And my thing is, how do you know the other person's, you understand, intentions?
you don't. I mean, I could tell. Like, for instance, you might be able to tell with a female because you're a female. I might be able to tell with a male because I'm a male. Because there's been times I'm like, that dude definitely want to talk to you. Like, that's not that. Like, and you be thinking, oh no, this guy's my friend. I'd be like, nah, that's not that. Like, I know friend moves, but at the end of the day, I still don't give a fuck. Now, at the same time, I think it's best that because I got relationships with females who I dealt with already. You might look at that like that's a bad thing. I look at that like, hold on, I look at that like it's even better because we've been there, done that, and we know that we not for that. We not here to be together, so we don't gotta wonder. We don't gotta.
Oh, I feel like that's even worse. I think, it's one thing to have friends of the opposite sex, and like you said, it's be different situations. For example, I have somebody who I grew up with who basically, I knew since I was 5 years old. That's like a family friend, and it's not just my friend, it's like everyone, just about everyone on my mom's side. Like, that's
Yeah,
everybody's
he's cool.
friend.
So what's your
Yeah.
point?
But it's different than when if I'm having friends with niggas that I know that, like, yo, this nigga smash, or we was dating or we was together for years, and then like I have a relationship and now I still talk to him every single day.
But
That sound
I think that
messy.
goes into back into like who you are. As far as me, I develop relationships with people that's real and genuine and authentic. So whether I'm dealing with them or not, they been my friend and they gonna be my friend because they been my friends before anything, and they still be my friends because we got genuine connections, not because we was fucking. All them girls I don't talk to. All them girls that just look at me like a piece of meat or I'm a Saturday night snack. I don't be fucking. Yeah, I don't be
You
fuck.
got that?
Yeah, and I don't be fucking with them. I can name them off too. I don't be fucking with them, nor do I want to fuck with them, nor do they be trying to call me no more because they know the deal. So it depends, man. Real friends, man, they come in different ways, man. Like you could meet a real friend at the bank, like damn, I really like that girl that give me the money at the bank. Develop a relationship from there, and I don't look at it like opposite sex thing. I look at it like a vibe thing, period. You know what I mean? Because niggas be fucking niggas too. If you want to keep it real, you think these niggas safe around their homies that they
Nah,
playing fucking 2K with and they fucking. So you
I mean,
ain't.
it be the same thing with chicks. Chicks that be their friend. Yeah, that's what they tell you, and then they got some kind of weird history or something like that. So yeah, that's
All these
also
girls is fucking each other, by the way.
yeah. So I don't know about that because that hasn't been my experience. Um,
They are.
but
Go ahead.
but what I will say is that you know, I think it's just a really I still see it as really messy. Like I said, if you used to date somebody and then now you're like friends with them, because it's like I feel like you at one point had the feelings, and I don't believe that feelings just completely disappear, especially if you still talk to the person because obviously you care about them, you love them, and they obviously have a personality and or just something for you to still be
Yeah, but I
connected
don't
to
think it's
them, that you
about.
want to still talk to them. So that lets me know that it has to still be feelings there.
Yeah, but feelings ain't feelings. You got feelings for your children. You don't want to do nothing with them. So it's like things transition and evolve and change too. It might evolve into look, boom, we cut the romantic part out, but I still fuck with you. We still share common shit. We still got the same sense of humor. We still got the same taste in things. We still got it's all that factor.
Right. Yeah. I feel you on that. And I wish we could all just be as mature as this sounds. I just know how shit really goes left when people be still connected to somebody who they used to be with. You know what I mean? All that feeling, all that emotion. I just know how shit go.
Netta, stop calling me. Go ahead.
I know how shit go. Like the shit gets
I'm putting my phone on airplane.
crazy.
Look, we gotta jump into the next topic because we got a lot to get to. So jumping into the
Yeah, jump into our comments or DM us or
yes,
whatever.
please.
Email us at love and culture show at gmail.com, because this is a really heated one that I don't think we're ever really going to get to the bottom of it or really ever agree, because I don't have no friendships with people that I was with no more. If I listen,
She
that's
she
another thing.
she
If
started
you my
wave. She
ex,
just started waving her hands while she's saying that and snapping her neck. By the way,
if you my ex, that like you told me, X stands for exit. So I took an exit, or you could say you took an exit, whatever, and I don't want to hear from you. And so this also should be a good thing for me to say. If you in my DM or if you keep trying to hit me up and either my text or on I am on Facebook, I'm not gonna ever talk to you again.
all right.
No, seriously, because
Well, stop.
that's still happening. Because I'm good on that. I move on and I
She's
don't
off.
look back.
She's off on a tangent now. That might have been a personal thing, but jumping out of love and jumping into culture. Not to speak on the whole rappers list thing because that's whack. I'm not really fucking with that, but I just want to know what makes a great rapper as far as, like I told you, everybody's got the same feelings about Tupac. Like what makes a person universally dope? Because people is looking for different things. Some people like Big L because he's a great lyricist and they don't really care about his, like the musical side of things. Some people like the musical side of things and really don't care about the lyrics. So I'm saying for you, what makes a great rapper as far as what you're looking for? I mean, well, you know what? Not even what you're looking for. What do you think the world is looking for to say somebody is great?
Yeah, so I think it's levels to it. And I think when we talk about Tupac, you talking about the top level of shit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's universally everybody can get a connection, everybody can get a feeling from this person. And I think to do what Tupac did and to have that, you gotta be born with it. That shit in the stars. That shit like really like Some shit you
I don't
just
know about that though.
really. So
Yeah,
you feel like it could be not organic, and you could just create that or build to that.
I think it's a lot of business stuff that go into Tupac. I think Tupac was a master marketer. I think that the things that stood out on Tupac, like the bald head, the thug life tattoo, the always having the shirt off and shit like that, all that was well planned and well thought out. And I think that that image of him connected with people so much that we like what he had to say, and what he had to say was dope, and then it leads to that. Not only that, but everybody at Death Row helped Tupac. It's not like he was making this music on his own. He took songs from Dr. Dre, California Love. He took songs from the Dog Pound. Suge was his man like that. So he benefited from just being in a position where he was loved by everybody around him versus, yo, I'm like Snoop Dogg earned his spot.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is, it's certain things that you can't. I don't want to say you can't fake, because I know you're not talking about he faked it.
Yeah, no.
But what I'm saying is, in terms of people who have had like who remember him and who worked with him and was in the same space, whether it be like a movie or comedians or whatever. Like I said, actors or producers, they all had the same type of like feeling when they think back about Pac, and they like, yo, just being around Pac is everything we felt when we look at him through the TV or we heard him through the radio. So that's what I mean when I say certain things you can't fake. I don't think them people
But
faking them experience.
But okay, so if we talking about that, cool. He wrote songs fast. He was dope, right? Cool hooks, but he wasn't the greatest technical rapper. And when people, oh no, this is my point though. When people say Tupac is my favorite rapper, they not talking about, yo, Tupac be bar for bar killing shit. But when they say it about Jay-Z, they do mean that. So why are they in the same space?
Because this is the thing. You got different things. One, you got somebody who surpassed lyricism, where the shit not even about lyricism no more. It's about a spirit and an aura that, like, when you think about Prince and shit, where you like, yo, this nigga, I just want to be in the same room. Sound like a groupie right now. But but that's different. But then you got somebody like Jay-Z. Jay-Z is somebody who's mastered not all, but a lot of the skills and a lot of the shit that put you in the fucking top. That put you in the top floor of the building. That's the penthouse of rap.
Right.
So he can actually be in the room even though he not a pop. Because, and this is why I said it goes into levels, right? So you got, to me, you got lyricism, right? All right. You got niggas who have a certain presence when they on a track. You know what I mean? Like your DMX, your Nas, your Mos Def, your Q-Tip. That's presence. So you got presence, you got lyricism, you got your ability of telling stories. You know what I'm saying? Shit like, it's a lot like
really
fuck Kendrick Lamar and shit like that.
Do the masses, you've never heard a story rap, a rap that's actually telling a story on the radio. You've never heard that. Except for maybe like Slick Rick. So is that really a factor? I'm talking about to the masses. I'm not talking about to us. I'm saying what's making people say Tupac is the greatest. And if you ask me, it's more just the image and the spirit of them than the actual raps, is what I'm saying. But what people, hold on, real fast. What people don't know is the Jay-Z blueprint is the Tupac blueprint. Tupac created the blueprint to become a star. And he told Biggie the blueprint, and Biggie did it. Jay-Z, the way he structure albums is the same way.
I understand that you can have a method, and I think the reason why I answered the question that way, because you had two different questions. One was to be a good rapper, and then one was like we were talking about, like to be a Tupac and why Tupac is so influential. But so I was just naming the basic characteristics of being like a good rapper when I was naming those things. But and mind you, when I say that, I think it's few people in the world that actually have all the shit, who have like the persona, the spirit, the image, the lyricism, the voice, who have great, like I said, great storytelling, who have other things like just great delivery. Like it's rappers who I love what they do, but they delivery is just like, it's not even up to par. Like Remy Ma. I love Remy Ma. I think she's a punchline rapper. She got great image.
Don't let Remy hear this shit.
But her delivery, I'm Yasin. I ain't scared of nobody. What type of shit is that?
Okay,
What the
no,
fuck
I'm
out
just
of here?
saying.
Anyway, but her delivery is not as good as, and I could say that about anybody, not the delivery part, but I think most rappers, and again, it's hard to be a master at all things.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's just some people where it's like, for example, Jean Grey. Jean Grey could spit bars probably,
Right.
around anybody,
Who
but
is
she
Jean
doesn't.
Grey? I'm saying you said that name. A lot of people might not even know
Well,
who
if
that
you
is.
don't know who Jean Grey is, then you not know hip hop head. We taking your
I can't
card.
say
I
that.
don't really
I can't
rock
say
with
that.
you.
I'm not saying
All
that.
right, well they ain't got. Yo, how many times you took my hip
How
hop
many
card?
times? How many times do you know who? Do you rock with MF Doom?
But yes, I rock
You
with MF
listen to
Doom.
MF Doom
I don't
music.
listen to MF Doom, but I heard MF Doom. That's
Oh,
not my
okay.
type of music, but I know that's also one of the greatest lyricists ever, MF Doom, right?
Okay.
Same thing with Tech Nine, and that's what I'm saying. It's people that have the lyricism, but I don't think that they have the aura and the persona that a Nicki Minaj has, or that a Meg Thee Stallion has. You know what I'm saying? And then like to just be on stage and to give fucking amazing shows. That's a whole nother thing.
All right, so look,
Not everybody.
hold
Busta
on.
Rhymes could do that. Not everybody that nigga.
Because hold on, we gotta go into something else. But this is how we could settle it. The Mount Rushmore of hip hop, to me, that I see people putting their top four is Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z, Nas. Mm-hmm. What are the things that they got in common that we could say, okay, this is what makes you Universal Don? Now, me personally, like I said, I think it's a lot of business that go into it. I think if Nas never had If I Ruled the World, we wouldn't be looking at Nas like that. Right. I think if Tupac never was in the drama, I don't think we look at him like that. Hold on. I think if Biggie never takes Puff advice and really turn up on the singles, I don't think. And then Jay-Z is just following everybody.
Why? Because at the end of the day, big records fucking matter. Definitely. And being able to cross over, and I'm not talking crossover like Christina Aguilera or work with Taylor Swift. I'm talking about how Diddy understood that it made sense for Biggie to be on soulful R&B records and catchy shit. The reason why we fucking love Drake, some of y'all don't love Drake. I understand why Drake is there, why he's at the top. You understand? Big fucking records. And not just big records, but having a catalog. And that's why Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z is there. You could be amazing. You could be an underground MC like Jean Grey. Yeah. You could write, circles around everybody like right. Lupe Fiasco. But if you don't have the catalog and if you don't have the big records, then your name is not going down in history. You might be known by some, super hip-hop head that be like, I love Tech Nine.
So we could say that's the common theme. The common theme is these people got bodies of work that you could point to and say, yo, The Blueprint, classic. Machiavelli, classic. Ready to Die, classic. And also got the lyricism on top of that, and also got the records, and also have the iconic image, because when I think about Jay-Z New York hat, to me, that's the same thing as Tupac, Thug Life. Now, I'm going to tell you, the reason that Nipsey is who he is, just to end it off, think about Nipsey Hussle, right? He was bubbling. He had everything except the record. Everything except the record. If Nipsey Hussle would have had a record that made top 10 while he was alive even, he would have been one of them niggas. Because he had everything else.
And the thing about it really is too, and I feel like especially today's rapper doesn't really care so much about this thing, but people being able to relate to you, because see, when Biggie was rapping, Biggie felt like, yo, this nigga is New York. This nigga's Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac he made you feel like, yo, this is my man's around the corner. Like, everybody related to these niggas. You understand?
But see, they're going to something else, though, because it's a lot of people who got Young Dolph on their list, right? And you'd be like, Young Dolph. But when you listen to Young Dolph or you listen to Lil Boosie, they got a lot of Tupac in them. And they very authentic and real and represent where they come from. But why don't they get put on it? Why we look at them crazy?
You know what? This is why.
Boosie is Pac down south.
That's what I was going to say. Down south, people do relate to him, where he seems like a down south, like, yo, this is who we are down south. You understand? We relate to him. But to be from the south and to be so southern and then everybody relate to you, I don't know. That's not the easiest thing to do. So you're saying being from the south is a hindrance? Or even like West Coast. What's your boy name? BG Perico. Yeah. Super dope. Shout out Perico. Super dope. But I don't know how that relates into a national thing. Now that
you're saying East Coast is national?
Hell yeah, the East Coast is and that's why the it used to be the Southern rappers. Just I mean, that's still kind of the not really no, it's not the
But
king.
hold on, but all the new legends come from the South. All the newer legends come from the South. Your T.I.'s, your Rick Ross, your Jeezys, that whole wave. They the new legends. They the new
the shit
Jay-Z, Nas, and shit like that. So how you explain that?
I wouldn't say they the new. I don't know what you mean when you say the new. I don't know what that means.
I mean, T.I. got a hell of a catalog. T.I. catalog I can put up there right next to fucking Jay-Z. Now, honestly, not saying that it's better, but I'm saying Tip got flawless albums. I think that Rick Ross got 2 classic albums. I think that Jeezy got 2 or 3 classic albums.
That's you talking as a fan because I feel like the regular person, if you say, yo, name his catalog.
The regular person gonna say Jeezy, TM 101, classic. They gonna say the Recession, classic.
T.I. name T.I. catalog.
Oh, T.I. Urban Legend, classic.
I said you speaking as a fan. That's you speaking as a fan. I'm talking about the
people know these albums. You act like King wasn't the number 1 album in the entire world.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
You acting like what you know about that was the number 1 single. Hold on. Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. What you know about that was the number 1 single. King was the number 1 album, and ATL was the number 1 movie at the same exact time for T.I. And King is a hell of an album, and people know that album. It's not like you gonna say what you know about that, and somebody not gonna say all the words to the shit.
Right. But you know what? We're gonna have to see about that. Next time we somewhere, I'm just gonna ask somebody that shit so we see what happened.
Yeah, and they gonna say
because I know they gonna tell you Biggie stuff, they gonna tell you Jay stuff, they gonna tell you Pac stuff.
Pac and Biggie don't count because they got so little stuff. Who don't know their stuff? They got 2 and 3 albums that people know a piece. Ask them Tupac early albums. They're not gonna know Tupacalypse now.
People gonna
they gonna say Tupacalypse now. No, they gonna say Machiavelli and All Eyes on Me.
They gonna say Strictly for My Niggas.
They're not gonna say Strictly for My Niggas.
People gonna know Jay stuff. People know Jay stuff, but
because Jay shit is easy. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Blueprint. Who the fuck don't know that?
Yeah, so that means that it's a science to name your shit. Name your shit some simple shit. Look, hey. But anyway, let's move on because we'll be here
all day. Yeah, we do hip hop debates all day. But so next on the agenda is I see a lot of people getting distracted by social media, where they either living a life through social media, or they get caught up in other people's lives on social media and end up wasting a lot of time and being distracted. So before I go into it, I'm gonna just ask you, like, what's some ways that you cannot be distracted by social media? Because you look up, you'll be like, look, I got 5 hours till I do this thing, right? And you look up, you've been on the gram for 3.5 hours, you ain't wash your ass, and it take an hour to get there. And then
Baby, I always wash my ass. It's like, no. I hear you. This is the thing. First of all, for the people that is social media addicts, don't feel bad because this shit is hella entertaining. Like, you just be scrolling and the shit happens so fast. You could really go through like 200 different things in 2 minutes. Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, so don't feel bad. Now, what I will say is for me.
Crack addict.
Yeah. If I go ahead and as soon as I wake up, if I grab my phone when I get up out of the bed and I start going to social media, I already know my mind is messed up. Like, it's just too much. You understand? So I would say the first thing to do is, like, wake up,
Come on. Give it to him.
Meditate, breathe, drink some water. Even if you ain't that type of person, turn on some music. You know what I'm saying? Like, open the windows, get some fresh air.
Everybody don't meditate or breathe or drink water.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do that every day.
A lot of these niggas that's listening right now and drink water in 2 months.
I do that like once a week. I'm more of a, turn music on, put the windows up, just kind of start cleaning my space, stuff like that. But, or, even if you just call somebody and have a conversation with people in real life, because people don't do that no more, let's be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything is a DM, a text, or whatever. So, I mean, just kind of breathe. It's like you're not going to miss nothing.
So your advice for people is to breathe. Your advice for people to not be on social media is to breathe.
When I say breathe, I'm not even literally talking about breathing because, of course, you're always going to be breathing. I'm talking about taking a pause because you're not going to miss shit if you're not on social media. Although, on Wednesday...
But what about... No, look.
Check us out. But no, really.
And that's the second thing. People going to know us through social media. And people find out great information through social media, and they follow things that they're interested in. So I'm saying, why would I'm gonna answer this because it's like I'm interviewing you at this point. How am I going to not be interested in things I'm interested in? For instance, if I'm following people and I'm following hashtags, my feed is showing me everything I'm interested in. So I wake up. First of all, it's like a saga. Last night, something happened that you knew was going to continue this morning. Now they got the new news out. Oh, Joe Budden is not with Sin Santana. You're like, oh shit, I gotta know. Because you already interested in following. So my whole thing is, I think that the social media break is needed. I think you should go hard when you go hard. Because this shit that you're interested in, you can't even help it. Like, you wake up and you got your phone in your hand, if you like any of us, before you even know it. You be on Facebook before you even know it. It's like, this shit just call you. Like, the fucking buttons just come to you. Like, before you know it, you inside of fucking Instagram. You get what I'm saying? And all right, so I think the social media break, though, I mean, like a conscious effort to not be on social media. I think you should not be on just as much as you on. Because one thing I do know is, like, how I take herbs and shit. If you don't want your body to become dependent on it, then you got to at least not take them as much as you actually take them. So if you do 2 weeks of social media, it sound crazy, but to me, do 2 weeks of no social media or light social media where it's like, all right, I'm on and I'm off, because you can get caught in that shit.
And, you can really,
nothing changes.
You can curate who you follow, who you pay attention to, what comes in your feed, like the whole like main thing where it just shows you like popular shit that's going on. I rarely go on there. I really just be kind of scrolling down on the people who I choose to follow and who I'm interested in. And as soon as you do something that look like that's not me, that don't represent me, or stuff that I want to hear, listen to, view, I'm going, unfollow you, because I'm real conscious of what's in my personal cipher. Right. You know what I mean? Because, I don't want to just be on any cipher. I want to be on my cipher.
So that's what I'm saying. That you control what you actually see. Mm-hmm. So what I just said was kind of for the typical person that only want to hear the bullshit, that only want to see the bullshit. They need the breaks. For me, the reason I don't need a break is because I curated my experience to where I'm only seeing what's beneficial to me. I follow hashtags like esoteric and metaphysics and things of that nature that is good for me anyway in the first place. And I only follow people. I don't follow dickheads. I don't follow people that's just entertaining for entertainment value. I follow people that's smart with their entertainment. I follow people that's, and I follow people in my field. I think that's a big thing too. If you got a career, you follow people in your field. Now when you pick up your phone, you motivated. You get what I'm saying? Because you see what they doing. That's different than just picking up the shit and going to fucking shade room. Because it's always just going to be some bullshit. It's
like I believe in the righteousness and the ratchetness. To quote Charlemagne. Because sometimes I'm on shade room. Sometimes I'm on Love and Hip Hop Tea and stuff like that, where it's like you get to watch the fights and shit like that. But I also do like the other content, but either way, like I said, curate, breathe, take a pause. You ain't gonna miss shit. Come back to it when you come back to it. And yeah, keep your mental health, that shit.
Mental health, no, because I don't want to sound like everybody else is talking about mental health and shit. So I'm gonna say spiritual health. Keep your spirit right. Follow things that pertain to you. Just a little less drama, like you do in your own life. You know what I mean? You don't walk around just getting into it with people. So why you want to watch and take into your cipher people getting into it if that's not what you want? You get what I'm saying? Why you want to be entertained by fools when you could follow your career path at the same time? So just curate what you look at and take breaks and breathe, right? Dave Chappelle, stand up. I didn't actually finish it. You might have finished it. I didn't actually finish it.
From what I did see so far, because, yeah. I thought it was really funny. Now, you've got on me so hard because I'm a Dave Chappelle fan.
She don't think the Dave Chappelle show is hilarious.
What?
You don't think the Dave Chappelle show is hilarious? You said you like it. You said you like it. But you don't think... All right, now you explain what you said.
I think it's one of the best sketch comedies that has ever existed. Here's the thing. I'm not no laugh person. That's just me. People be laughing out loud, rolling on the floor. I'm not that type of person. I watch Dave Chappelle's show and I be like truly entertained. Like I be like, yo, that shit is crazy. Like I talk about it. If I like, yo, you seen this? Like I'm talking about when it was, around and stuff like that. That's what I would do. But I'm not rolling on the floor at Dave Chappelle like where I'm just like going crazy and stuff like that. No.
There's no way you could watch some of them skits on the Dave Chappelle show and not be on the floor rolling around and fucking kicking. So you watched the blind racist dude and you just was sitting there like that was good. You wasn't on the floor.
Yeah, that's not the type of comedy where I be on.
You saw Prince serve that nigga pancakes and you wasn't on the floor.
Yeah.
That's
and I mean, and I have my favorite episodes, and I even have it on DVD. So it's something I really like. What I was saying is even less funny is his stand-up. Now, I still think it's entertaining. I still consider myself a Dave Chappelle fan, and I love how much he a hip hop head, and we like the same people in music. So that's that.
What I wanted to really get into concerning the Dave Chappelle thing is he ruffled a lot of people's feathers. Right? And I think it's only because we in this era where everybody is so sensitive that you can't even say a thing about them. You know what I mean?
I don't really think he ruffled anybody's feathers. And I think because people know Dave Chappelle is going to be Dave Chappelle and he's going to say whatever he's going to say. And like you said to me the other day, what he did that was so smart is that he kept making it a question when he was saying the kind of things like, he would say something that was like a little out there, but it didn't feel like a statement. He was more like throwing the question out there because it's just something we all kind of think of. When he was talking about, it was crazy. He was talking about children getting molested.
He had a joke where it was like, half of you motherfuckers been molested in here, but I bet it wasn't no Michael Jackson. And to me, that's why I like Dave Chappelle's comedy is so smart that you think just as much as you laugh. You know what I mean? But I think who hasn't been molested that wouldn't be offended by that in this era? I think in 1993 that would have been funny as shit. But in this era, they be trying to get them out of here. You see Netflix basically disassociated themselves with the comedy show just to put it up. Hey, you seen all the fucking disclaimers?
You gotta do as a business. But I think if they wasn't with it, they wouldn't have put that shit out. They knew that shit was going to profit big. It was going to be funny. The majority of people, and it is what it is. And, he was talking about a lot of other, I guess, what other people would consider offensive stuff about gays or lesbians and stuff like that. Listen, how I feel about it is,
shit was retarded.
If you can't laugh at yourself, then you gonna have a difficult challenge in life, because we all been through stuff, and it is what it is. Laugh about it, keep it moving, and that's what it is.
I think these niggas don't play the dozens no more. I think when children come outside, which is not even often, right? Because they like to fucking play on watch other people play shit on YouTube and fucking
watch other children play with slime for 3 hours.
Exactly, be a fucking hermit.
That's what our daughter, be trying to do. But we off that.
We force her to get the fuck outside, so she got friends now and she be outside. You're not gonna be sitting here watching nobody else. I mean,
it's sad. Like, she just was trying to jump rope for the first time the other day, and she was looking like, I don't even want to say it looked like a white girl, because I think white girls do that neighborhood. I don't know, but she know how to jump rope. She was like, why y'all like spinning why is the rope spinning? Just put the rope down and then I'll just skip over it. And they was looking at her like, what? Cause she going on 6 years old. And that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I think I just said that to say that's the world we live in today, where everybody don't have them, growing up and being on the block. That shit Dave Chappelle said was light. For real. Niggas, hold on. Niggas will talk about your personal situation. Your mom on food stamps. Nigga, y'all all sleep in the same bed. Your bed stink. Nigga, you go to sleep with the lights off, not because you want to, because you ain't got no motherfucking electric. That shit hurt. But you become creative and find ways to fire back.
And the thing, too, is, like, growing up, when somebody categorized you as something, that was your name forever. Just like on that show, I forgot the name of that comedian, when they were talking about Roach Girl. If a roach came out your purse in 1994, 2019, you still Roach Girl. You still, remember Sharita? Yeah, you mean Roach Girl? Yeah, I know you was talking about because you said Sharita. You need to say Roach Girl.
Yeah. Or a nigga might call you, look, somebody might say, like, say you're fat, right? Say your name is fucking Ryan.
Right.
but the other Ron not fat. You're gonna be fat Ron for your entire life, and it's gonna become not offensive.
Fat
Why?
Ron,
Yeah, because
light skin Keisha, everybody had a name.
Or your shit might be, you might have a lump on your head. Yo, you might come around the way with your girl and niggas be like, yo, lump head. You be like, yo, what up? Just because that's the way we sharpen each other's swords. So I think everybody is like too sensitive. I think part of it, honestly, go back to social media. Because a lot of these people that's offended is young and coming up in this age, and you know.
And that's why, this sounds, I don't know, egotistical, but not really, but I love us because we do that. We do dozens and play the dozens with each other and stuff like that.
You talking about our family?
No, I'm talking about just you and I, period.
Oh, yeah. We fuck each other up.
And, I always win. You never really got to my level with the jokes because I be going hard.
I don't be want to hurt her feelings.
You ain't gonna hurt my feelings because I could go on and on. I think, what's the longest we've gone? We've gone like 40 minutes.
Yeah, we've gone like an hour just going in on each other.
And it's like, fun and I'm funny. Not holding it back. I'm going on everything. I can go on your mom. I'm gonna go on your body parts. I'm going on everything.
Yeah, it's a fact. Going on a little ass head, but that's what
how
it is.
your breath stink in the morning.
Well, hey, it is what it is.
Hey,
and it doesn't.
Still smelling until night.
Wow.
I know, I'm joking.
Future, don't do that fake laugh. Future, I don't really get into gossip, but Future, because this feels like a gossipy topic to get into.
It is.
But I'm going to tell you why we getting into it. So Future has got his 8th child on the way, right?
No, he just had his 8th child.
Okay, he just had his 8th child, and the psychology, though, of dating someone who has 8 children coming in,
right,
or 7 children coming in, I just want to know what make a woman say, look, because you're a woman, I wouldn't know nothing about this. What make a woman say, yo, he got 7 children by 6 or 7 different women, right, and he's been with all of them and said he loved all of them, maybe, and then he want to be with me, and now, like, how do you get to the point where you be the 8th baby mom?
Right. You know what it is? First, I think the men, like, I don't know. I want to ask you a question, actually, after this, but let me say this. When I was younger, okay, I was like, 19 or 20. I dated a guy that had like 6 children and 5 baby mamas. Woo! Now, so what attracted me to him was the fact that
everybody's calling, they want this.
Was that, he was really great with his children. He spent a lot of time with his children. That's what I believe. Turns out that nigga was definitely not spending time with his children. He was definitely with different women. But that's what I believe to be the case. So I was like, I'm cool with being with this man and having another child or being married with him and inviting all the children that he has into our relationship because he seemed like a great father. He was super intelligent. He was an entrepreneur. He had his own business.
But you said you found out you didn't. He wasn't a great father.
Yeah, because he was using the I gotta go do something with my child. I take my child to baseball practice, and really he was going to go see.
Fucking count.
Yeah,
God damn it.
So I understand how you meet somebody, you go off their vibes, you feel like they're a good person, and then it goes from there. And then the thing about it is, ladies, if you're gonna be with that type of man, first of all, understand them men is really fruitful. Like they got something. It's something in the water they drinking. Something.
What do you mean by fruitful?
I'm saying they don't be shooting no blanks. So, period. Just protect yourself. You should always protect yourself with anybody. But I'm just saying, like, it's just funny to me when I've heard women be surprised, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, I'm with this person, I have a baby. All these other women had a baby, and the thing that was for real with me, like, my real moment.
Personal situation.
Was when I was talking to this lady, and this lady, that was like this older lady, she said to me, he ain't married none of these other women. He had babies with them and left their ass. What make you think you'll get pregnant with him and then he'll marry you and do you different than all the other women? And that's something to think about. I didn't think about that because I was super young, but when she said that to me, I was like, yeah, that's real. That's
not
real
the shit on Future, because Future is Future, the legend. I'm not talking about Future in particular. I'm saying I've never seen somebody have 6 children, 7 children, all around, and be a great father. if you think that somebody could do that and be a great father, then you got to kind of question what you think a great father is, because you would have to be in 6, 7 different places and support 6, 7 different children at the same time, and that's impossible just because you one person.
You absolutely right. Now, what I also would say was, this when I was naive, but the way the person explained it, the shit to me was it happened through long-term relationships. It wasn't like they just was like these was one night stands and stuff like that. It really, they was older. They was almost 40 and stuff like that. So it was more like, look, I was with this person for 5 years. I was with this person for 6 years. I was with this person for 3 years. Like these were long-term relationships that equaled up to these amount of children. So that also felt very different. But so as a man, are you dating a girl that has a lot of children?
I never took a girl serious that had a bunch of children. I'll be honest with you. I never. They always gotten to put it in the category of I come over when the kids sleep. I come over when the kids sleep, put them to bed, and I'll be downstairs and we can do our thing. That's all. That's really all you could be. Because I'm not lining up to be your 8th baby dad. That's retarded. And really, I really literally ran into a girl that had 8 children by 7 dudes. Right? Yeah, 8 children by 7 dudes. And she was like, honestly, early 30s. And I was just wondering, like, how that shit even happened.
You know what?
Now, hold on. She was trying to talk to me, yada, yada, yada. I hit her. Cool. Left her alone. One day, I'm at the bus stop. Bitch, like, remember me? I'm like, no. She like, oh, this, that, and the third. Then when I got home, I was like, oh, shit, that's the little Rican joint I smashed that had the 8 kids.
So
she
you
ain't have no chance.
Nothing?
You don't have no chance with me. I'm going to be honest with you. If you got 8 kids, you need to go be with one of them baby fathers.
What's the limit where it's like, all right, I'm going to still talk? Is it 3?
2. 3. It definitely not fucking 8. But the limit, I don't know. I never really thought about the limit, I guess. I would say just 2 to 3. Just 2 to 3.
Would
2
you
to 3
feel
is cool.
like, not fear, I know you're not a fearful person,
Right.
but like, would you think about the fact that, she got a situation with the baby father, if it's going to be messy, if it's going to be drama, like.
I don't be thinking about shit like that because I beat your baby father the fuck up. So if, at the end of the day, if we together and he got an issue, he gonna have to deal with me anyway, and that's not even on you. That's between me and him. So he gonna have some respect for me. So I'm not really worried about that. But my whole thing is he in the life or not? Is the baby father in their life or not? Is going to determine how I move forward in that situation. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he not there, I guess I got to pick up a lot of slack. If he there, I fall back and be what I'm supposed to be. You get what I'm saying?
I will say, I do know somebody in a situation like that, and what I noticed from them from a distance, because I haven't had the conversation with them about it, is that a female, she has different children, a lot of children from different men, and I think for her, she really thought all those relationships was going to be somebody who she was going to marry, and it didn't work out. And so she got into another relationship, things got really passionate, she had another child, and it didn't work out. And it just kind of been the pattern of her thinking she was going to be.
Well, how long is it between? Because my mom got 3 children, right? But I'm 13 years older. Well, I'm fucking 9 years older than my second the second sibling, and like 13, 14 years older than my other sibling. So if it happens like that, that's a little more understandable than you got 3 and 5 years.
Right. I mean, look, I used to look down on a lot of people when I was younger, and now, you and I have a blended family, right. Because, me. So
you Alicia Keys on Swiss Beats?
No,
okay,
it's the other way. It's the other way around. I'm Swiss Beats. You Alicia Keys.
I just wanted to make the beats.
All right. So because no, really, and so when that happens to me, especially y'all that don't know, I'm Senegalese. So being a West African, that's like a big sin.
Gotta be an African baby.
For a Senegalese woman to be with a man, not be married, to have a child, and then to have a second child and have another father and all that stuff like that. It's very simple. You can even be
about to get stoned.
You're not stoned, but it's a great shame to your entire family where, that's not something people even, you don't share your pregnancy. They don't share the fact when you having a baby or you have another baby. It's very private. And, you know, people, I'm not going to say you can be excommunicated, but it's definitely people that their family don't mess with them no more because you really brought the shame on your family. So, you know, that's another thing. I think it's more acceptable, honestly, in different cultures and, you know, Black American culture.
Yeah, Black American culture, we used to the divided families. All our brothers and sisters is half brothers and sisters. It's rare to even have a brother and sister that's from the same mom and dad.
It's kind of like that in the synagogue too. But the only difference is your dad, those other women are his wives. These are not his baby mamas. So, you know, yeah, you have half brothers and sisters, but it's not because your dad was, you know, not just using a condom with his girlfriend.
Right. Exactly. The next topic I wanted to jump into is a fan question. Actually, you know, it comes from Arnetta L. Nah. She,
no,
my
really,
friend Arnetta, she sent me this.
Throw y'all out there. Just playing. We not gonna throw y'all out there.
No. It's cool. No. This one is cool because it's not personal to her.
Right.
But she asked, and this is why y'all need to throw in them questions to us so we can really get to them on the show. Different religions when raising children. And, like, you know, coming up, having somebody who may be Christian, somebody who may be Muslim, which one do the children take on, right? Mm-hmm. And then two, when is it even time to introduce them into spirituality in that way, where it's like, okay, you're going to follow this path or follow that path?
You know, I think that's interesting, too, because, you know, I want to know just, period, how are you, like, as a relationship, like as a couple existing and y'all have two different relationships, like what does that look like, period? You know what I mean? When your spirituality is extremely different, or do you just find the common ground? But, you know, when it comes to the children and, you know, and it's funny we actually are bringing this up because I actually, I seen a situation like that where it was a guy, and they actually, matter of fact, they didn't have children, but, you know, the guy said to the girl, like, look, I want to be with you in a serious situation, but I know that, you know, you're a Jehovah's Witness, I'm Catholic, and the idea of us having children one day, which is both of our goals, you know, because they was in their 30s, and they like, yo, this something we definitely want. Like, how would we even go about that? And so they decided not to be with each other just because of that. That's such a huge thing to them.
Well, I think that's a good reason to not be with somebody is they don't share your spiritual values.
Yeah.
I think that's a great reason to not be with somebody. I think that's the hardest thing in the world for me to get up and pray 5 times a day and you to get up and go to church.
Right. I mean, now, you know, it's allowed in Islam because, you know,
not me, because I'm not a Muslim person.
The men take the lead, and so the man could be, you know, Muslim, and in a sense, his family is going to follow. Maybe she's not praying 5 times a day, but there's going to be certain things that your wife just not going to do. And also because, you know, you set the rules and the boundaries. That's why it's allowed in Islam. It's supposed to work, you know, peacefully in that way where a man can only be. But, you know, just in general, I think that's really challenging. Well, but at the same time, I think you and I have gone through that where, you know, I like holidays. I fuck with and Christmas and all that. Not the traditional way that, you know.
You do. You fuck with Santa Claus.
For the children, I think it's fun. I think, you know, and I like the tree, and I grew up where my grandmother and stuff like that made it a really big thing. So I love holidays. I like Easter. I like birthdays. I like every single holiday.
Every day they made up for you to fucking spend money. You love it.
I want to spend money. I want to have fun. I want to be merry. I want to invite family and friends.
I don't want to do none of that shit.
You'll be like, yo, we not putting up no tree.
Because it's bullshit. And look, this the thing. This the thing with people, right? What? People don't even know the fucking history of the traditions that they upholding. So if you can't even tell me why this is so or what this actually represents, why should we do it? It's nonsense to me to not know the historical value or the history period of something and say, yeah, I'm gonna celebrate this just because I grew up doing it. I'm not that type of person.
I'm the type of person where, you know, I'm intelligent enough where I actually study stuff, and I've been around certain people where I know certain things. You know what I mean? Like I used to even study with the Jehovah's Witness, so they really teach you about the historical kind of nature of where stuff.
They don't. They definitely do not. They're not going to tell you that Christmas comes from Saturnalia. They're not going to tell you how Santa Claus and Jesus is related.
That's not okay. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about in the sense of it not having the meaning that we kind of think of it all being very cheerful and fun, and that it can come from really negative places. So I'm not here to debate that. What I am saying is that I believe it's about your intention and your heart, and I don't care if somebody tell you that.
So why we can't make up our own shit? If it's really about that, why can't we say, fuck it, we ain't gonna do Christmas, we gonna do such and such, and that shit gonna be in March?
Because I really like a Christmas tree. I really like
what do that tree represent?
I really like a cake.
I'm a symbolic person. Birthday. What does this cake represent? What is this? That's the type of person I am.
When it comes to symbols, I feel like it symbolizes whatever is in your heart and in your mind.
You can't do that. If I start off saying, yo, all right, look, I kill a person, right? And I use that I can drive a fucking stake through the heart of a vampire, right? And I fucking celebrate that shit every year as the fucking vampire slayer. And, the fucking symbol is a bloody stake. You come along 500 years later and you like, nah, this shit mean love for yourself. Or some shit like that. Like, you can't take something from its origins.
You can. I'm not saying you could take something from your origins. I mean, it means to you what it means, because what you just described, I actually, let me take that back before I even get it out. I'm not gonna say it sounds like Yoruba, but what I'm saying is they do sacrifices, and they do animal sacrifices, and it's bloody.
Everybody that do Yoruba don't do animal sacrifice.
But I'm saying historically, not everybody. I'm saying historically, and through its origins, sacrifices and stuff like that is a part of. But if you ask them their intention, that they'll let you know. And I think karma deals with that. I think karma deals with intention. So it's a lot of people that have done wrong things, but what they believe for the right reasons. And I don't think that on a just like what you attract and what's in your cipher brings negative stuff your way, because the origin is for this and this and that.
Okay, so
if your spirit in the right place.
Cool. So I think the better question is, how do you even come together with somebody who got this different ideology and these different practices and rituals than you in the first place, to even be in a space where you having children and bringing them into this? Because how do you even get that far with somebody? And I think the answer is people be kind of not really knowing people like that. And not only that, they be having the hope for potential. They be thinking, listen, somebody told me, one of my good friends a long time ago, look, that person might change, but they might not change. And you might want to roll with that they not going to change just to be on the safe side.
So you really have to say, yo, am I okay with being with this person for the way they are right now? Because the potential stuff, the promise, I don't care how promising it looks. Like my friend told me, the thorn on the side. You gotta look at the stuff you don't like and be like, yo, that's gonna be the thorn on the side for the rest of your life. And if that's not something you can accept, then let that person go and keep it moving. But I think the way you can come together, if it is different, is what we said last week. I think it's about compromise. Now, I know you told me, relationship. The word ship is in the word relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And it means that we have to move together, and it has to be steer the wheel in one place. You gotta. Yes. You can't be going in two different directions.
What I was trying to say when I was saying that is, in a relationship, if we both on the relationship, it's no way we can steer this in two different directions. And not only that, it's no way that two people can even steer the wheel. So I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for this, but I'm going to say it right now because people already think I'm a male chauvinist pig. I'm going to say this right now. You follow your man. And I'm going to keep it real, because he is the one that's about the decision making. He is the one that's about the structure. He is the one that's supposed to do those type of things. So
Now,
I think if you're not with what your man doing, find a man that's with what you doing
I was
already.
gonna say it depends on the man, because you that type of man, but it's definitely men that's not the leaders. They don't want to lead. They like to be with a girl that got like a, you know, more of an alpha spirit that's gonna be like, yo, this is how we moving, because they more chill, they more like, you know, quiet, reserved, and they not really thinking about the next move. And my thing is, for females, how far are you willing to let your man lead, in the sense of, what if he's staring you off into, I don't know, an ice glacier on this ship? What you supposed to do? Do you just stay quiet and sit in the back and grab your life jacket and just wait to go get thrown off a board? Like, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think when you on a team, you with the team to the end.
Is yeah.
Yes. If you're not willing to die with the people you riding with, then you should just get off the ship.
So
because we might die. Hold on. When you going on a mission, right? Say you fucking in the military and y'all, you know, conversion on the enemy. You can't be like, yo, I'm about to die, so I got to abort the mission.
No.
That means you wasn't with the team. You got to go out there and try and die. And if not, don't put on the uniform.
No, the man who decides to be the leader of the household and to lead the ship in the relationship has to also be the type of individual that has the humility enough to look back to the passengers that's on the ship, or what we talking about relationship, so the passenger, the one girl, right? And look back and say, everything cool, and she has to be confident enough and know that her man is there to listen to her, that would care about her concerns, and say, you know what, babe? It's an ice glacier right in front of us. So
exactly. No, that's cool.
And
now,
if you don't have the man that's going to look back, that's just going to keep staring the ship without looking at your concern, then I don't think that's a great leader. I think he's not humble enough to
now you took it to another level. I'm not saying be the type of leader who don't take into account what the rest of the pack is saying. That's not a good leader in general. So if somebody says, yo, ice glacier is on the way, oh, you just fucking turn the ship. I'm not talking about a dictator. I'm talking about a leader, and I think people think that's the same thing. A dictator is going to do what the fuck they want to do and not care about the concerns. I'm not that type of leader. I'm the type of person that I want the morale of the people who follow me to be a certain way. So I'm going to listen to their concerns and shit like that. But I'm saying at the end of the day, it's one steering wheel. That's all I'm saying. So if you not dying, don't ride. If you not, nigga, you seen Boys in the Hood. If you not ready to kill a motherfucker, you need to get out the car. And that might be the right decision for you. But guess what? You ain't in the game. Period.
And I think, you know, with you, what I've learned with you is that's what loyalty looks like to you. Yeah. Like, that's what respect looks like to you. That's what love looks like to you. Fact. You know, me, I'm more understanding than that. You know, like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm saying that I understand that your mind, your body, your spirit is different than mine. We only coming together. I don't expect for you to always be on the same page. I'm ready to work it out and talk and figure out how we get on the same page. But I'm not like, yo, you gotta be always steering in this direction.
The only reason I'm so stern with my shit is because I believe in it. And I wouldn't be.
But see, that's the thing. Hold on real quick. You said something interesting. You believe in it. But the other person looking at, they also believe in what they believe in.
Well, they believe in what they believe in. They need their own ship.
Yeah, but they need their own ship. What you mean? You know what? we just not going to come
we don't have to be on the same ship is what I'm saying. So if you got a whole different style of ship you might want a yacht. Cool. I don't want a yacht. Bam, you got a yacht, I got this, and we going where we going.
That's unrealistic, because you could be both going to Hawaii in the ship, and at some point,
we speaking metaphorically for people. Don't get lost.
But you know, at some point, things might get a little different. Hey, we going to Hawaii. How about we land on the northeast island of Hawaii where there's coconuts? Nah, we definitely going to where there's bamboo sticks so we can get cane sugar. I don't know.
Well, but in that case, we doing whatever makes most sense. And that's what I be talking about with you.
Who decides what makes most sense?
Who decides what makes most sense? God decides what makes most sense.
Who interprets
you know why?
God?
Hold on.
Who interprets God?
You know why? Because God is what? Objective. God don't have no stake in anything.
Yes.
God is not
I get your
hold on.
reasoning.
God is not subjective or sub
I get
anything
your
else.
reason.
So if we take ourselves out of ourselves and we make the decision from a place where it's purely about the decision and not about us in making the decision, then we'll both come to the same conclusion because it's only one best thing to do.
We'll both, you know that for sure. We'll best come,
If we both take ourselves out of ourselves, if we take ourselves out of our egos, we'll both come to the same conclusion.
not so
There's
sure
only
of it.
one best path.
I'm not so sure of it. I
And
don't
that's
think
why I am who I am, because I'm sure of it.
you are who you are in terms of
the way I lead, because I'm sure of it. I'm sure that's the way it works.
all right. Well, let's move on because, again, we'll be here for hours on that.
Well,
because we have this discussion a lot.
Yeah.
And, please give us your thoughts so that we can move forward and not have the same discussion.
Yeah. Listen, we helping y'all help us at this point.
For real.
Unfortunately, we might not be able to get that.
And I also have another thing. When it comes to children, I feel like let the children decide themselves. Introduce it to them.
We got to go longer.
Introduce it to them. Give them the ability, because they came with their own soul. They came with their own spirit. And so I don't think you can decide what's right for them and tell them this is who they have to be.
All right, look. Well, we're gonna have to extend the episode if that's the case. So we'll be right back.
You know what? We're gonna have to do a part 2.
No, I gotta get into that because I don't think children can decide.
Let's get into it.
All right, well, let's go on to part 2. This is new for us.
Yeah. Hey.
So we tried to keep it at an hour, right?
Yeah.
But shit got real, and
we had to go on overtime.
We had to go on overtime for this one. Now, just because we a new COUPLECAST, I try to keep it at an hour because, people is kind of getting used to us, but shit is getting good. So it is what it is now. The last thing we was talking about was we was in.
Like I was saying, these children come to this world with their own soul and they know who they are. I'm not going to force my religion and my personal beliefs that come from who I am and what works for me and then tell you this is who you have to be. Now, there are going to be certain, parameters, things where, look, we don't do this in my household because this is my house. This is my house. So look, you can't do that in here. And I'm encourage you, of course, things that I connect to, so I have my daughter, meditate once in a while. I'll be like, all right, I want you to do some yoga, stuff like that. Because I think it could benefit her.
Somebody could look at that like you forcing it on her.
No, because I don't make her do it often because I see it's not her thing. You understand? So there's certain things that I might introduce, and there's certain things we're not going to do in our household, period. But I'm not going to force her to be like me. You understand? She could be who she wants to be, but I do want to educate her on a lot of different things so she can even understand and decide what's right for her.
Let me tell you the misconception that everybody got about children. Children is not made to decide anything. That's why they are children. If children was made to decide things, then guess what? How far do we take that? Right? Do we let our children decide whether they want to go to school or not? So why the fuck? No, we don't.
Yes.
No, we don't.
I even said it about my nephew. If you don't let this little boy be homeschooled or go to Job Corps.
No, fuck that. We don't. Will we let them drop out of school, period? You're not doing no school. Can we let them make that decision? All right, then let me talk. Do we let them have the decision of what to eat? No, because we're doing the fucking groceries. At the end of the day, you're going to get something that's in this refrigerator. I'm not going outside of this refrigerator so you could... Well, do we let them... Hold on. Do we let them decide what type of fucking way they want to go? If I want to drive in a car and they want to take the bus, do we let them do that? Fuck no. So they not made to make decisions.
Let me answer that. The difference is this. And I tell this to my children. I tell this to my daughter. I say, I'm not disrespecting your free will. The reason why we have to go this way in my car and the reason why we have to eat what I'm getting from the store or what I'm ordering from the restaurant is because it's my money. And I would do the same way with my best friend or another adult. The reason why we're watching this in my house, if you come over my house, is because we're over my house. So I tell my daughter, look, you only have to live like this and do this as long as you're taking what I'm giving you. If you want to go ahead, I tell my daughter Zaya, I said, Zaya, when you get your money and you go ahead and you have, you can order from a restaurant, then we'll eat what you ordering. But until then,
I'm not.
Until then, if it's in my household, if I'm paying the bills, if I'm fitting the bill at the restaurant, if it's in my car, then we going my way and we doing things the way I want to. But that's not a disrespect of her free will. It's only a circumstance kind of thing.
No, I get that. From that perspective, I can see what you're saying. But my whole thing is, children come into the world as what? Blank slates, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when you got a computer, right? Mm-hmm. And the computer might not even come with no software, bro. Period. So that you could put programs on. Why just a fucking blank computer? You gotta go get Windows for it to even operate, for you to put programs on it. Then you put hold on.
Children are not computers.
Then you put they are in a sense. They are in a sense. Don't they have computers? Ain't your brain a computer? Don't your brain have even more power than a computer as far as the capacity it can hold if you actually practice?
The computer is soulless.
The computer is soulless, but the computer functions.
Yeah, so I'm not looking at my child to be
right, cool.
a machine where they just gonna operate and be mechanics.
Cool.
So what
This is a metaphor.
This
is a metaphor.
No. I think it's deeper than a metaphor because some people treat their children as such and want them to be mechanical. How you gonna tell me it's deeper
than a metaphor when I'm the one saying it?
Because I'm talking about not just for you. I'm saying other people who look at their children as mechanical, who don't have a feeling or an expression about something that they're doing.
We're not talking about
I'm
mechanical.
Creative. I don't expect my children to be creative. You know, when I first had a child, I thought my children were me and my children, you know, it was back the same thing. We're one. And so I realized they have a different personality. They have a different, you know, sign. Everything. They was born under the stars and the sun at a different time. They even in a different era than me in a sense. I don't know if this is a whole era, but whatever. It's a different generation. So I understand things are different. She don't have the same desires to do what I want to do. You understand? So I'm open and free to moving and existing in a way that
cool,
benefits
but
her.
I'm not talking about that. You going far. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the initial shit that you gonna get is coming from me. So like I was saying, back to my analogy, I'm saying when you get the computer, you put the Windows on, and then you add the programs, and the computer functions as you would like the computer to function. Now, if that computer was a fucking human, the computer could grow up and do whatever it do. It could strip itself of the programs if it fucking want to. Hold on.
When you put that software in it, the computer would say, nah, this ain't the right software for me. In fact,
no, it's not. No, it's not. Because they don't have any.
If it's like Apple, you can't use any type of software. You have to use what's designed and fit for the Apple. That's the way the Apple is. And if you want to relate children to computers, they be more like an Apple. They got a specific thing that's specific for them.
Cool, I get your point. Now, can I make mine?
Yeah.
You sure? Mm-hmm. Because it's like you're not letting.
I'm going.
All right, cool. So what I'm saying is, if that computer wanted to strip itself of the programs that you had put into it, or what do you call it, install into it, then it could do that when it get a age where it's independent of you, and that's it. Because a child is a child. We let children make decisions. They gonna eat. If you let your child say, yo, what you want to eat all day, they gonna fucking eat non-stop lollipops, bro. Is that nutritious, or are you gonna come in and say, yo, I know you fuck with lollipops, but take this apple? So let's not act like. So if we're gonna let them make decisions, we gotta. Why do we draw the line? Who draws the line of where we make the decisions?
We draw the line where, again, it's in my household. That's not what we're eating.
No, because that's not the only reason you're going to... Look, listen. It could be... You could buy 1 million lollipops when you go to the grocery store, but do you?
No, because
I don't... You know that, but you know that's what your child like, right?
Yes.
So why don't you do it? Because you're taking away their free will, right?
No, because they don't know how to make food. It's my kitchen. I'm the one making the food. If you my friend, and it's like I said, it's not even a child. If you my friend and you come to my house, what I have available to eat is what I have available to eat. So that's what you're going to eat, or you're going to go be able to leave, get in your car, go back to your house, and go eat what you want to eat. And she could do the same thing, these children, but they can't.
I feel like that's an excuse.
No, it's
I feel like you're using the you live under my roof thing as an excuse, because they could live under your roof and you could still be more accommodating to them.
I'm as accommodating as I possibly can. But here's what I'm also saying about that too. the children, or not children, I'm sorry, but the grown-ups, the people I talk to, we grown now, and we look back on our childhood, every single body I knew who their parents tried to force them into a religion, force them into a lifestyle, force them into a certain way. Either they don't rock with their parents, either they completely reject that religion, that lifestyle, because it was forced upon them, and they have negative memories with that. They're not growing into adults that's like, I finally accepted this into my life and now I'm this. They're like, no.
Yes, they do. They go through that period. Let me tell you something. When you reject shit from your parents, you become an adult and you go through that period where you're not fucking with it. But when you get into your 30s, 40s, 50s, you always remember and realize, damn, this what they oh damn, my mom did used to say that. Oh damn, dad, you did used to say that.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying, it depends. The things that was really right for them, yeah, they will go, they'll go, back into that and say, you know what, it was right for me, I just didn't like the way it was delivered, that's why I rejected from it. But a lot of things that was never right for them, they're going to become adults and just never do. They just never going to do.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't, those things, and look, I'm not saying because your parents do something that you're going to do it all the time 100%. I'm not saying you're going to grow up and be your parents. What I am saying is they're going to lay the foundation. If we're going to have children making decisions, then who decides where we start and stop their decision making? Because that's still making a decision. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, children don't rule anything. You want to conform to your children as far as, oh, you into this? Cool, I'm gonna get you like drumming, I'm gonna get you a drum set. Cool, you like this, I'm gonna do that. You want to foster, you want to curate your child's talents and experience, but what you're not going to do is listen to your child about basic things like spirituality and the way they come up in that way. You're not going to listen to your child say, yo, I want to do this, because they're not old enough to make that type of decision. Hey, mom, I want to be a Buddhist. They're not going to be able to tell you the history, not going to be able to tell you why. But you could be interested in it and let them try it. But I'm saying the main program is coming from me. You basically going to be me until you branch off in big enough to say I'm gonna be myself, and the decision making comes gradually. You don't give a 9-year-old as much freedom and power as you give a 14-year-old. So that comes gradually, but you're starting off with my programs, and then you take what resonate and you throw away what doesn't.
Obviously, you see that differently, and that's the pattern here, you guys. We see so much differently, but
yeah, that's the story of our lives. That's why we.
That's why we have the COUPLECAST.
That's why we had a COUPLECAST, so y'all can help us. Because
moving on.
They doing what I do.
Moving on. We were talking about power couples, and I see so many artists, I see musicians, athletes use it as a marketing tool. And why, I want to know, asking you, why is it so effective? Like, why do we even care who's dating who, or why we let people create an image of a relationship and it makes us like them even more so?
I think it's simple. I think when we already like you, now we want to know your personal life. For instance, you be knowing everybody personally. You be like, yo, such and such girlfriend. I'll be like, I don't know that motherfucker.
And I don't even know why I care about it. Like, when I really think about it, I'm like, why do I even care?
Because you're interested in the person. Who doesn't want to know what talented people's life is like, right? Because we know that these people are special, but we also know that they're human. Right. So it's natural that when you find out about somebody that you're interested in, that you want to know about their personal life. Now, they taking advantage of it by manufacturing or just even promoting the fact that they with this person, and now that's another notch on their marketing belt. You get what I'm saying? The reason that we care is because we already interested in the people and what they do outside of the relationship. Now, such and such, we see people all the time that's just walking down the street in a relationship. We're not interested in a relationship because we don't know neither one of them motherfuckers.
Exactly. Because I think about like Nas and Khalees. Like, when they was together, I was like, yeah, I like that.
I never thought it was gonna work.
I like that. This whole Beyonce and Jay-Z, like, it's just, it feels epic. It feels like just something like we all want to be a part of and be like, yo, what's going on with them? And you know what I mean? Like,
or Oprah and Gail.
Stop playing. So, it's just crazy when I think about like how glued in we are to what's going on with other people, in their love life, and
Well, I think in general though, we like sagas too and dramas. So you don't know either one of those people on soap operas, but soap operas have never changed. Close that door. Soap operas have never changed. And like, first of all, they move so slow, right? Mm-hmm. but we still watch them every single day. Not we, but it's some people who watch soap operas. It's people like watching other people's lives in general. People like to make parallels between themselves and other people. Like, oh, that person eats eggs. Will Smith eats eggs. Oh, I eat eggs too.
Right.
Maybe I can be like Will Smith.
I mean, people even think something is wrong with you if you do keep your life private. If you're an entertainer, or an athlete, musician, whatever, and you don't share your children or share who your wife is, or.
Yeah. But I think it go deeper than that. What if you yourself, people think you're weird if you don't share your children and your life with people on social media, regardless whether you're a celebrity or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think I had somebody say that to me. They was like, you have a lot of pictures of yourself, but where's the pictures of your children? And I was like, okay. I could see how they could look at it like that, but my thing is, why would I want to put my children a lot online? This is the same place where there's like, pedophiles and child pornography. There's really pornography where people put the children's faces on bodies and stuff. Like, it's weird. Like, people will use your photos and I just like, or you don't know, somebody jerking off.
Yes,
like,
and people will actually
weird. It's and then it's like, outside of that, then your child becomes a thing where people are looking at what your child visually looks like or what they have on, and it's just all that kind of stuff. And then I don't know, it just, things get messy and stuff like that with your past relationships and all this and that, and people want to know and be nosy and just I don't know. I just don't like the whole vibe of sharing your children and stuff like that online, or
I'm gonna tell y'all our oldest, right? Only reason I put her online is because she was already online. Like, when I got there, she was online already. The youngest, you'll never see her. Why? One, what am I putting my child's image through that type of judgment for? And we got a gorgeous baby. She's a good.
She's a beauty queen, like over the top pretty. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, but why am I putting her image out to be judged like that? One, two, I know the way that face tracking works, so I don't even want to do that whole thing. I'm a quote unquote conspiracist, so I know the way that works, and I don't want to put her in that space to go in the system with the rest of us. So you probably never see her unless you you're one of my personal people who I would want to, or you ask. Like, some people just never ask to see her that I would send a picture to, but yeah. So I think at the end of the day, we interested in people, so we interested in their lives. So I think that's the answer to the question. And the last thing that we had on the list was, what is because it's a lot. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I think we we were talking about children. When's the right time to have children?
Let me introduce it the right way. When is the right time to have children? That's such a tricky question.
Yeah, you know what? I want to say, I think, it's really challenging. That's a really challenging question because, it's like, in one perspective, like, just looking at it from like, I don't know if it's left brain, right brain, so I ain't gonna use that example, but just looking at it from economic standpoint and stuff like that, I would say, wait until you can afford to have children. But the reality of that's just a very oversimplified thing to me, though, now, because it's like, who can really afford to have children? You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just that. And I don't mean in terms of like most people don't have money. I don't even mean that. I mean, like, even if you consider yourself like, yo, I'm a doctor, this person's a lawyer, everything's expensive. Private school is expensive. There's private schools that are $60,000
more than colleges.
Yeah, and not a year and stuff like that. And it's like, not just that, but it's like everything is so expensive, and forget just about how expensive things are, but your economic situation can change, overnight. You could be working at a great company, have great benefits, and you lose it, and you lose.
Not even you. That company might go out of
business. Yeah, and you could be using up all your savings, and you thought you was in a very comfortable position, and now you're not. So, and that can happen at any point in anybody's life. So that's one thing. And then I would say like the relationship needs to have a secure foundation. But I've seen people be together for 10 years, 11 years, and then the next year is done. You understand? So it's like, I don't know, because it's like one argument could completely change the course of a relationship and it should just be done. It's just we all one argument away from the whole shit being over.
Yeah.
So, I really don't have a real answer for this outside of something that is completely emotional based, which is if you are in love and you're happy and you're in a space where you as a woman or you as a guy feel like it feels right, then I say go with your intuition. And if that happens, then it's a beautiful thing. And at the very least, somebody would say, "Oh no, it's not that simple." But I feel like at the very least, you'll have birthed a child that was made out of love, that was in the right. It was in the right moment in time, and it felt good. And I think, and the reason why I simplify it to that level, because like I said, economically things could change. The relationship, you could make it as secure, be together as long. That shit could change overnight. There's so many things that could change. And if you have good mental health and physical health, and I'm only saying that because I really be going. We in LA. And it's like, you walk down the street in certain areas, and I'll be like, is that crackhead pregnant? She about to have her baby? Not saying that these certain people, well, no, I am saying certain people should be having babies. Because it's like, are you in a great mental health and a physical health? And that's, to me, what it's about.
Well, what I'm going to say is, it's hard to really break it down to an economics thing, right? Because, like you said, things could change economically. So, I think that what you should do is do it from a spiritual perspective, right? Kind of like what you said about what's feeling right, but I'm saying really get deep into yourself, right? Figure out if this is the time spiritually, because financially, you're never going to be in a space where you're planning for a child. Everybody put money away for everything. Nobody puts money away for a child. Nobody just, when they have a child, got a dedicated child fund
that they done. The white people do.
White people in general?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you,
these are not the views of G Holy.
So what? You listen. They do. They be every story I hear with a white person is the reason why they have inheritance and stuff is because their grandparents really be like, we got a college fund as the gift for the baby shower.
But that's different. We talking about when they older. I'm talking about going into it like we got $25,000 saved for this baby, so everything that we touch gonna come from this $25,000 that we got saved for the baby before we ever have the baby. Do you see that?
Not often, and another popular thing I also see is, especially in this age, is women are having babies older, so they'll wait till they're like 35, and it's like, look, I went through my whole stage, I dated a lot of niggas, I had a great career, now I'm 35, now I'm 38, I did all the stuff I wanted to do, now I want to have a baby. And I think that's a really tricky position to be in. That's not a position I would want to be in. Because it's like, I've seen how desperate those women become too. When they 35 and they like, damn, like, I don't care who it is. I really just want this baby. Like, I really want, and they're like sad and depressed because they don't have no man and they 35 and they really want a baby. Yeah, and it's that happens so much.
I think that happens where women is career driven. And then they look up and realize they're 40 and don't have a child. So now they just picking out of what's available when they probably could have had a 10-year-old child with the person that they really loved and was with when they was into their career so much that they couldn't really keep that relationship together. I've seen that too.
Right. Being that, and not just that, like where they don't have a man to have a baby with, but women are not like men. Y'all could be 50, 60, 70 years old and just having
y'all could be 50, 60, 70 too. Y'all don't eat right. So don't talk about that y'all could be 50, 60, 70. Y'all could be having children too. Y'all eating this bullshit.
I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is even the men that eat the bullshit could still have 50, they could be 50, 67 and still popping out and stuff with babies. What I'm saying is that women, as soon as you are born, your eggs are just releasing and dying and you just having less and less availability there. So when you get 35 and 36, 37, 38, 40 and you talking about You now these women going to the doctor to see how many eggs they got left.
Right.
What's possible for them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And your whole uterus, and women got these fibroids and cysts and all this stuff, and it's just like they didn't had a couple. Some of these women had a couple abortions, and it's all kind of stuff.
Right.
Now, and they have sexual reproductive issues, and all it's a whole lot of other terms, endometriosis and stuff, and now they want to have a baby.
Right. I don't want to drag. So to sum it up, I think that the right time is the time you feel like it's right. I think having a baby is too much of a spiritual thing to go off of anything except whether your spirit is saying do it or not. Even if you don't know the reason then, as with anything spiritual, if you do not know the reason then, you'll know the reason later. So I'm saying if it's something that's pulling at you, something that's tugging at you, that's your child, your future child saying, I'm ready to come through you,
Right.
or I'm ready.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
I agree. I definitely agree. You know, what I have seen is, and this is to me really sad, is women who have children because they're sad in their life, because they're depressed, because they want this man to stay in their cipher in their life, and they like, how can I keep this nigga? You told me, you know, you dated chicks, and as soon as it was done, they be like, hey, I'm pregnant. I got a baby.
Well, everybody's been pregnant by me, according to them. So, but I've never seen any of these. Nothing like it's a way to just be like, hey, can you stay around a second longer?
Right. And sometimes it does work for the woman in terms of they actually are pregnant and then they do have a baby and then they have this guy. And it's really sad to think like that because, you know, when I remember Steve Harvey said, if somebody loves you, I
don't fuck with Steve Harvey, by the way.
It's hard to have that. It's so difficult to have that person not love you no more. And the same thing, if somebody don't love you, you could do everything in the sun and they still will not love you.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you have a baby. It don't matter if you give them twins.
Yeah,
Nigga will be like, yo, I love my children and I don't mess with her. And that's not the type of relationship that I would think any woman wants to have. So it's like, I don't know what goes in the minds of women.
If somebody don't give a fuck about you, they're not going to give a fuck about that child.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think that's true.
No, I'm saying in terms of you keeping them.
Oh, in terms of, yeah, like you know, because remember, they can always have more children, so with another woman, so they'll just be trying to figure out how to have a relationship with that child and not mess with you, and you'll be sitting there as he run off into the sunset with the next girl. So you know, I've seen that happen, and that is so sad.
So keep it spiritual, man. That's my advice. Keep it spiritual, and you know, keep it real with yourself. As far as, am I feeling this or am I not? I think that should be the determining factor. But I'm G Holy. You are.
Yasin Toure.
We had to go into overtime this time. I want to thank everybody who listened this far, and if you love it, tell us you love it. You got how people can reach us, right? How they can.
So you can leave us a voice note. That's a clear option. It's on the Anchor. It's right here on Anchor, so you can do that and we'll listen to it. Also, you could send us a DM if you know us personally. You could send us a text message. We also now have Love and Culture Show at gmail.com if you want us to
Love and Culture Show at gmail.com.
Yeah, if you want us to answer any of your questions, if you have advice for us, if you have, you know, opinions, whatever you want to say, we'll check it out.
Your advice also.
Yeah. And if you, just however you,
great advice.
Yeah, however you want to hit us up. If you want to hit us up on Instagram, you can do so as well. And you know, we will probably share it if it's, you know, really something we think the audience could really.
No, we will, unless you tell us not to share. We will share it. So write something that you want us to share because we're sharing it. It's part of our promotion.
Or write something you don't want us to share, but just make sure that you tell us, look, don't share this one, and we won't share it. You know what I'm saying?
But even when we share it, we don't have to share who it's coming from. We could just share the actual word.
Have to show your information and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, we love y'all. You know, and y'all, like I said on my Instagram, y'all friends, y'all family to the show now, and we plan to keep doing this. And we thank you so much.
We hit our goals last week.
We did, and so we're gonna hit our goals again because we know that it's gonna happen.
The content is great.
Hey, yeah.
And it's in the air.
So we here for it, and this is Love and Culture, and
this is Love and Culture. I'm the guy G Holy,
and I'm Yasin Toure,
and we out of here.
And it's all love.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
Stay up. Love you too.